it.
Oh, no way. Yo. No way. You got good foot.
Thanks for joining us this morning. You've endorsed Donald Trump for president. Judges and two separate juries have found him liable for...
Donald Trump and the other defendants have committed persistent and repeated fraud. Last week, we proved that in our motion for summary judgment. Today, we will prove our other claims. My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
Oh my God!
Good footage. Oh, they bugging! The shit fucking crashed.
What in the world is going on right now, y'all? I mean, planes are dropping out of the sky on the highways, not once, but twice in less than a week. Crashing in the cars, chaos erupting everywhere. And if that wasn't bizarre enough, mysterious drones are being reported left and right. Like, are we supposed to believe this is all just a coincidence? Really? Meanwhile, a radioactive spill shuts down an entire freaking highway in the middle of Georgia in Monroe County. Nothing to worry about, they say, right? And as if that wasn't wild enough, New York Attorney General Letitia James refuses to let go of her civil fraud case against Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly just uncovered behind closed door details about the $15 million bombshell settlement between ABC and Trump that George Stephanopoulos doesn't even want to mention. Oh, and now a GOP representative is straight up calling the government liars over these drone mysteries. Yeah, seriously, guys, like, how much more insanity are we supposed to take here? Like, when are we going to get some real answers? Well, I'm going to drop some bombshell details for you guys. I hope you're ready for this. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate you guys joining me on this live. So check this out. 2 small plane crashes onto a highway in less than a week and drone reports everywhere. Seriously? So who do you guys have for car insurance? I mean, seriously. And I'm just wondering, like, I just cannot imagine calling my insurance company and telling them, hey, I'm driving down the highway, and all of a sudden this plane attempts to land and ends up crashing into my car. Now, I don't know if you have U.S. General Insurance, Travelers Insurance, freaking Geico. Look at this mess here, guys. I mean, the SUV is flipped over. This plane almost hit the bridge. No, these are not drones in New York or New Jersey. It's just a plane, but it was forced to land on the interstate, wiping out 3 cars in the process. No one died, thankfully, in this crash, but still, like, this is just straight up wild. So earlier Monday morning in Monroe County, Georgia, radioactive materials spilled out of a delivery vehicle, which led to a temporary highway closure or complete shutdown of this highway. Now, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, deputies were called to the scene around 7 a.m. near Deborah Drive and Highway 74 because of a vehicle accident. Anna Green Watkins, the public information officer for the sheriff's office, they explained that the vehicle that was involved was delivering medical materials to a hospital in Macon. But this is where it gets a little bit weird, okay? Watkins specifically identified the material as medical imaging dye, right? So the sheriff's office later clarified on Facebook that this dye was technetium 99M. So this is a radioactive isotope commonly used in medical imaging procedures. Radioactive, nukes. There's a missing nuke somewhere here in the United States. Anyway, the sheriff's office also noted that this technetium or technetium 99M has a 60-hour half-life, meaning that it takes 60 hours for the radioactive atoms to break down enough to stop emitting radiation. Now, this explanation is supported by the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Now, here's the thing. The highway was only temporarily closed and shut down. So how many Americans have driven past through this radioactive field? That's the real question. How many people are going to be affected by that, right? And does anyone know the harms that can be caused by being exposed to radiation? If you do, comment down below. Now, despite the presence of radioactive material, the situation they're saying was not dangerous. The Georgia Emergency Management Agency and the Environmental Protection Division, they arrived on the scene and they essentially confirmed that the spill was non-hazardous to anyone in the area. Comment down below if you trust that. To ensure safety, a radiation cleanup crew was brought in to handle the spill. I don't know. I just personally don't trust that. But get this, guys. New York Attorney General Letitia James has made it very clear she ain't going to drop this civil fraud case against Donald Trump, despite Trump's appeal and his upcoming presidency. Letitia James emphasized that presidents are not immune from civil lawsuits for actions they took before becoming president. So Letitia James, she is just angry. She's scathing. Anyway, Donald Trump and his legal team have recently called on Letitia James to drop the case, saying, hey, it would be for the greater good of the country to go ahead and drop this case. However, Letitia James, Attorney General Letitia James of New York, is standing firm. In James' lawsuit, Trump was ordered to pay a massive $464 million civil fraud judgment for allegedly inflating the value of his assets, real estate, businesses, land. And so ultimately the lawsuit also includes Trump's family members and his businesses. This angry attorney general out of New York is she's literally coming after Trump's kids. Trump has appealed this judgment, and we've heard multiple updates from Alina Habba, his attorney who was on the case. Judges on the New York appeals court seemed open to the idea of potentially reversing the decision. Everyone, comment down below. Do you support having Letitia James just completely drop this case? I mean, like, this is, I feel like she is the fraud. I mean, does anyone want Letitia James to step down? Y'all let me know down below, guys. Like, despite this, though, Letitia James' office announced on Tuesday that they would not withdraw the case while they wait for the appeals court to decide. Now, I want you guys to look in the comments right now and see how many other people want Letitia James to step down. In her argument, Letitia James stated that presidents do not have immunity from lawsuits related to actions taken before they were in office. Her office also pointed out the fact that Trump's upcoming inauguration on January 20th has no effect whatsoever on the 14 other defendants involved in this case. These defendants were also found liable for fraud in the same lawsuit. For those of you guys who are just now joining the live, please take a second, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Totally appreciate you guys. Additionally, Letitia James argued that waiting for the appeals court's decision will not interfere with Trump's ability to serve as president. In other words, the legal process and Trump's presidency can happen at any time. So yeah, she's just angry, and I don't know what it is. Is Letitia James single? I mean, like, I don't know why she's so mad at Trump, but it's beyond me. Megyn Kelly, though, drops bombshell inside scoop on ABC's settlement with Trump that I haven't really seen talked about. And I wanted to share this with you guys. This is so basically, it seems like one of these kind of like behind closed doors bits of information. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. Megyn Kelly recently revealed that ABC News quietly agreed to a $15 million settlement with Donald Trump's legal team. Now, you got to ask yourself, why did they agree so quickly? This settlement was related to Trump's defamation lawsuit against the network ABC and George Stephanopoulos, the anchor of This Week. Now, despite this major development, ABC News has not reported the settlement, and George Stephanopoulos did not want to mention it on his latest episode of This Week. Why is that, George? Why does George Stephanopoulos not want to talk about this? Comment down below if you guys happen to know the answer. Kelly, Megyn Kelly's producer, spoke with Trump's attorney, Alejandro Brito, to understand why ABC News decided to settle the lawsuit. Alejandro explained that the lawsuit was based on claims that were made by George Stephanopoulos that were proven to be factually untrue. Now, according to Brito, Trump's legal team had video evidence showing George Stephanopoulos contradicted his own statements about Trump's civil trial involving E. Jean Carroll. Now, in one clip, George Stephanopoulos told E. Jean Carroll that Trump had not been found liable for rape. However, in another instance, George Stephanopoulos' comments suggested otherwise. Trump's legal team believed that these contradictions would have seriously hurt ABC News if they went to trial. Now, Megyn Kelly's producer also asked Alejandro Brito if the legal discovery process, where both sides pretty much share documents and evidence, affected the settlement. Well, Brito suggested that discovery likely played a key role. Trump's legal team was preparing to question George Stephanopoulos and ABC News representatives under oath, which could have easily revealed additional information that ABC News wanted to keep private. So, at the time of the settlement, Brito noted that ABC News had only handed over one document. Trump's legal team was waiting for more evidence, but ABC News chose to settle before providing anything significant. I feel like they almost let the cat out of the bag without saying anything. Megyn Kelly speculated that ABC News might have been worried about whatever else Trump's attorneys could possibly uncover if the case continued. While Alejandro Brito didn't confirm this directly, he did agree that it was possible ABC News settled to avoid further embarrassment. Now, despite this major $15 million settlement, ABC News remained silent. One of the, and y'all let me know, do y'all think $15 million is enough? I know they're chipping in another $1 million for Trump's attorney fees, but is $15 million from a big corporation like ABC News enough for defaming Trump and the ultimate implications that this could have had negatively on the presidential election? Y'all let me know if $15 million is enough. Now, on the recent episode of This Week, George Stephanopoulos, he signed off without even mentioning the lawsuit or its resolution. So you got to wonder, why is that? Was George Stephanopoulos told to keep his mouth shut? Did George talk enough? Like, maybe he had his foot in his mouth. Who knows? But GOP representatives are now claiming that the government's lying about mystery drones after this huge revelation. So Representative Tom Burchett of Tennessee, one of the probably most critical vocal critics of the government in Congress, accused military and intelligence officials of lying to the American people. Can you imagine that? Not the American government lying to the people, not the government. Oh, yeah. So anyway, his comments came after lawmakers attended a classified briefing about mysterious drones flying over several eastern states, including New Jersey, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. In fact, just recently, we got notice that drones are flying over Georgia as well. Comment down below if you've seen drones overhead, and let me know what state you're in. We're trying to keep a tally on this because I got a feeling that the mainstream media is not keeping it 100 with us and letting us know where all of these drone sightings are being observed. But the briefing involved 28 officials from the FBI, the Pentagon, the Department of Homeland Security, the DHS. But unlike other members of the House Intelligence Committee who downplayed the issue, Tim Burchett, he expressed frustrations with the lack of transparency. So Burchett has been essentially a strong advocate of revealing more information about UFOs and unidentified aerial phenomena. When Blake Berman from News Nation asked Burchett if he thought that the government was lying, Burchett responded, "Oh, yeah." So basically, when have they ever told us the truth on anything, is what Burchett said. So we got a big "oh yeah" from Burchett. I'm inclined to believe him more than what we've been told. Now, he went on to say that he believes that the government has lost control of the drone situation and is choosing to lie because they don't know how to handle it. Now, these mysterious drones have caused quite the concern in both cities and as well as small towns. In New Jersey, the area around Newark International Airport has experienced the most activity. In fact, Michael Mellum, the mayor of Belleville, New Jersey, shared some rather troubling information. He said federal officials told him the drone activity might be connected to missing radioactive material that was lost during the delivery to Port Newark. Now, I doubt that this has anything to do with the radioactive spill that took place in Georgia just the other day that we talked about earlier in today's video. But Melham explained on Good Day New York that a shipment of radioactive material arrived damaged and empty on December 2nd. That sounds like something was delivered. Somebody broke into the package and stole what was inside, if you ask me. Now, when asked where he got this information from, well, Melham said that came from the U.S. government. Wow. Now, in response to the rising concerns, several federal agencies, including the FAA, the FBI, DHS, and the Department of Defense, the DoD, released a joint statement. They said the increased drone sightings were likely due to, as they're saying, lawful drone activity, stars, or mistaken identifications of commercial aircrafts. Basically, they're saying, hey, they're either lawful or we're seeing stuff. Unbelievable. Now, the agency has assured the public that they are working with local authorities to detect drones and support law enforcement. But they also urged Congress to pass new laws to help counter any drone-related threats. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit disturbing, to say the least. We got all these drones that are flying around and super close, near, maybe even over military sites. And they're telling us that they don't know what these drones are and they can't shoot them down. Do y'all believe that? Because I ain't buying that. Now, you're not going to tell me that you're not going to shoot a drone down that you're not controlling over a U.S. military base. So what does that tell us? That tells me that they have to know what these drones are, or they're owned by the government, possibly by the military. And here's another thing. This has been going on for weeks now. You're not going to tell me that these drone batteries don't have to be recharged, or these drones don't have to get refueled. Okay, so that means that these drones are landing somewhere and they're getting recharged and they're getting gas. All right. So I'm just saying, somebody knows something. So the Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee, they have a completely different perspective. After the briefing, Representative Jim Hines of Connecticut, he told reporters that the drones are not part of any federal government operations. Y'all believe him? He said that they repeatedly asked this question and they were assured that no laws are being broken by these drones. Representative Chrissy Houlihan of Pennsylvania also spoke to reporters, and she reassured the public that federal agencies are taking the drone issue very, very seriously. However, she did say that there is evidence suggesting foreign involvement, hostile actors, or even little green men. A reference to aliens, obviously. Now, according to Houlihan, there is no clear threat from these drones. So basically, while Tim Burchett believes the government is being dishonest about the drone situation, other lawmakers like Jim Hines and Chrissy Houlihan, they're pretty confident that nothing dangerous or illegal is happening. Meanwhile, concerns continue to rise, especially in New Jersey, where Michael Melham, mayor of New Jersey, Michael Melham, has linked the drone activity to radioactive material. So what do you guys think? Drop me some comments down below. If you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. Definitely consider subscribing to the channel for more content and news updates. I got a lot more for you guys in store. If you haven't already, check out our previous videos. I just uploaded a bombshell video that you must check out right after this one. As always, appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.